Vincenzo, thank you so much for joining us today. This is our third episode of the current series, so we were excited to have you on. I know we were supposed to sit down a few weeks ago, but I appreciate you giving us our time. What we want to chat on today, I've done a bit of research on you. Obviously, you've known some of our management for some time. I know you've had quite an entrepreneurial journey. Your life has been heavily entrepreneurial, and some of that journey's been here in the UAE and Dubai. So from what I understand, the journey started in a marketing format. Do you want to give us a little bit of an introduction?
Sure, absolutely. I always been passionate about business. I'd say the first, if we can call it business venture, was back when I was 14 years old.
Wow.
Very small thing at the time, but in my hometown, Carrara, which is the north of Tuscany, I was finding a way of doing something different, and the city at that time didn't have a map of the city for tourists, so I said, okay, let's do a map with some touristic information and let's place advertisement of the shops. It was a success. I mean, I did as a summer activity as a kid,
you
14,
did
15.
Waze before Waze existed.
Maybe, yes.
Fantastic.
Talking about 20 years ago, right? That was a cool thing.
Okay.
But then my interest in marketing started, and I started to study and learn more by myself. Age of 15, 16 is when I launched the blogging. First blog network, one of the major in Italy at that time, was launched with a partner. We started with one about cars, but then we expanded into football, music, cinema, and I found myself at the age of 15, 16 being invited to this premiere first, and I was like,
at that age, rubbing shoulders with serious people. Amazing.
Yes. But it was fun, it was fun to learn and be in the air. But then at the age of 18, when I started my marketing agency, and I shifted more into this strategic marketing. I really was passionate about marketing, but I started to seriously study about brand positioning, which is strategic marketing. And I was studying at the same time, high school. Then I got into university, but I took building engineering.
Wow. Okay.
Something completely different
Vincenzo,
from
you're still in Italy at that stage?
Yeah. Okay. I was still in Italy. I moved to Dubai only in 2015.
Okay, let's stay on that. So you, 18, you're still studying, you've dabbled in marketing at this stage, you've entrepreneurial from the age of 14.
Yeah.
Where does that, just to go back for a second, where does that entrepreneurial spirit come from? Do you come from an entrepreneurial family?
Absolutely, yes. My dad has always been an entrepreneur, and from there I took my inspiration, I can say. But at the same time, I always wanted to be very independent. So I was looking out for ways of find my way, so not depending, of course, from the family. So that's how it started. It's something that I had it with me.
Okay, so it was a natural, let's say a little bit of genetics and a little bit of enthusiasm, and you got there.
Both, yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so at 18, you're at uni, you're studying, you're not doing marketing anymore?
No. I was running a marketing agency.
Yes.
And in parallel, I was studying building engineering.
Those are worlds apart.
Very different. I mean, my other passion was about architecture. Design architecture. So, marketing is something that was seen by my parents more unstable. I say, okay, get something.
Especially then, I suppose.
Exactly.
Less popular than it is now.
Yes.
Okay.
So I said, let's study something that is a bit more professional, and I got into building engineering. So I completed my university journey, got graduated, and I said I will continue as a marketer.
Yes.
But then at that time I had the opportunity to get into natural stone. So
this is where it gets interesting. So this is where I kind of picked up on your story when we did some research on you. So now we're getting into the good stuff.
Yes. So basically, suddenly I got proposed to join a stone consultant at the time. And I said, I'm from Carrara. For the public that doesn't know, Carrara is very famous for the white marble, natural stone. So the industry is quite strong in the area because there are quarries, so there are a lot of business around this industry.
Yes, so you at what at this age? Early 20s?
I was, after graduating, so 23, 24.
Okay.
I would say, yeah. So I got offered to join a company that was doing stone consulting. I didn't know much about stone, about hearing from friends that they work in the industry or they have families, they own quarries. I said, okay, why not? Let's try, let's give it a try.
So did your architectural degree give you any sort of insight into stonework at all or not at all? So it was completely foreign?
No, they are somehow connected.
Yes.
Because, the work that we were doing as a stone consultant was technical work.
Sure.
So being a building engineer helped me having the base for it. But I had to learn from scratch. I mean, you learn from experience. It's a very, very specific industry. So I started, I was still running the marketing agency at the time.
Yes.
But then I liked it.
Okay.
And I found my new passion in natural stone.
So I guess a good mix of creativity and practicality, which is kind of what it seems to be your path.
Yes.
A mixture of the two. So that was Stoneworks gave you that.
Yes, absolutely.
So you're still in Italy at that stage.
Still in Italy.
So how long does that journey begin in terms of your learning the craft?
So it was a couple of years. And then a project came up. It was the Annok headquarter in Abu Dhabi, Corniche.
There
if you know this project,
okay, yes, I do.
The White Tower.
I'm sure many of our viewers will as well.
It's very interesting because this project is actually a Guinness World Record project.
Yes.
It's the tallest tower in the world cladded with stone.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So this came up during your during that journey in Italy. This project comes up.
That's the reason why I moved to UAE.
Wow.
So the reason why I moved to UAE is because this company needed someone locally to work for the client, to manage the stone package, to run an inspection, quality control, stone selection.
Okay.
And so I moved here initially for 3 months. It's supposed to be 3 months.
Okay, and had you ever been to the UAE before?
I have been before on a business trip 6 months before.
Okay.
Just one time, very shortly, yeah.
Okay, so you made the decision, okay, I'm going to go over for 3 months, and that was the initial idea. I'll do 3 months, complete the project. So you were basically doing high-level management of that specific project in terms of selection and rollout.
Correct.
Okay, so you get to Abu Dhabi, so you're not in Dubai yet.
No.
You think it's going to be 3 months. The project goes well, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
based on how the building looks. And then what happens?
It happened that the project got extended for 1 year, as always happen in construction. There are several delays. So these 3 months venture ended up being 12 months in reality.
Okay.
That time, after completing the project, I split up a partnership with a person that brought me here somehow, stone consultant that I learned from, and I set up my own company, StoneX Consulting.
Okay, which is
is the one that I'm running and I'm expanding right now. So moved to Dubai, and I started a new journey here.
Amazing. So you were in Abu Dhabi for a year, let's call it.
Pretty much.
Had you come and gone between Dubai and Abu Dhabi in that initial year? So you knew you got a good grounding in the UAE at that stage. You then go solo, for lack of a better word, and you go solo in Dubai rather than Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
Why Dubai?
Well, actually, what happened is close to the end of the first project, I got in touch with a new company that needed someone to handle a couple of villa projects here in Dubai.
Okay.
So went back to Italy. Remember at that time was around June 2016. I said, okay, I will take some time off, a month or two. But then actually the moment I travel, I got a call, we need you back, 10 days here, we need to start a project. So 10 days I was back and we started. And that's the reason. 2 villas were in Palm Jumeirah. And that's
which was still developing at this stage.
Still developing. And that's how we started basically. I moved to Dubai because it was more convenient, and
that's where the work was?
Yes.
Okay, and Dubai quite vastly different to Abu Dhabi. So When you initially landed, again, I'm just trying to get a full view of your journey in the UAE specifically. So you're obviously employed at the stage when you first land here,
Yeah.
and you complete your first project, and then you go on your own. How easy was it to set that up? I mean, the business landscape in Dubai has evolved, but we're talking 8 years ago.
Yeah.
What did it look like then?
Well, setting up a company was not too difficult.
Okay.
But at that time, I decided to go for a free zone company because still there was the rule of having a local in the mainland, so that's why I said, okay, I want to be more independent. So I took this path and of setting up a company in a free zone. Was not too difficult. Was actually, I have to say, much more simple than nowadays. A bit less bureaucracy, back in time. Yeah.
Okay, so we get that feedback quite a bit. I mean, the process has changed a bit in the last 8 years, being 2016 is when you incorporated. And have you ever had to pivot on license? Do you still remain on the same license you were on? Did you go mainland, or did you do have you remained on that same license throughout the 8 years?
Yes.
Which actually speaks to the ease of the process initially, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And then, so now you mentioned that a local partner was needed back then, not free zone, so you've essentially stayed in there. Now, Vincenzo, doing business in Dubai or the UAE, you're obviously in a melting pot of nationalities and you're dealing with all sorts of different people on a daily basis.
Yeah.
How has that been to navigate? I mean, you must come across so many different people on a daily basis in your business, yes?
Well, that's actually the interesting part of Dubai. I mean, that's why it's cool to be here. You have a chance to meet people from all over the world.
Yeah.
I believe that the melting pot that you have in Dubai is nowhere else.
Sure.
We live in a place that is very unique for its setup, where locals are a minority and experts are a majority.
Good
so
point.
That's why the experts are very well blended with the local people in general. So it's an amazing place where to live. I have never had any issue with that. Actually, it's the opposite. It's the reason why I keep staying in Dubai.
Yes. Okay. I mean, you're obviously Italian by nationality, and we do a lot of work with our firm doing both, either coming into the UAE or actually going into Europe as well. We do some Italian work as well. The interesting perspective that I'd like to get from you is you've been in Dubai for 8 years now. There's nothing stopping you other than the business itself from going back into Europe, but you choose not to, which obviously and we see this trend happening often, and more we're seeing Europeans of French, Italian, Germans. We interviewed a Polish entrepreneur recently who could quite easily stay in Europe and do their thing from there and access the 28 Schengen countries and do all of those things, but they choose the UAE. So is that for a combination of reasons? Is it because of the entrepreneurial spirit, the blend of people, the ease of doing business? Because it used to just be a tax play, really.
Yes.
But it's not anymore. There's more to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a combination of all the factors that you have mentioned, really. I believe that living in Dubai is very nice for the comfortability that we have. It's very easy. Life is very easy here. Yeah. It's very comfortable. Amazing service everywhere. Safety, which is the main thing.
Yes.
Besides, still, I believe taxes is still playing a relevant role, even if we have introduction of corporate taxes. Still is much more convenient than being back in Europe.
Good
and for me, the main point is the opportunities that are here are nowhere else in the world. The opportunities of meeting people, of expanding, of starting something new and growing, especially growing, there's nowhere else in the world.
That's a great point. Yeah, I mean, corporate tax aside, which is obviously coming in at the 9% threshold, and that process is still in its evolution, so we'll follow that closely. I suppose for a place like Dubai, which used to be, I guess, the West used to lean on being quite and you're an entrepreneur, so you're a capitalist by nature, I'm guessing. For a place like the UAE, it really is capitalism at its best in terms of opportunity, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So your ease of setup was there, and you've spoken to that. Now, I want to continue on your journey a bit. The Stoneworks business is going and it's thriving, and you intend to expand.
Yes.
Can you talk to us about that?
Yes, since when I started back in 2016, when I founded StoneX, now we have expanded already with a team that has a worldwide presence because mainly the work we do of stone selection and quality control happens in few areas, which is Greece, Italy, China, Turkey, Portugal.
China.
Yeah,
Wow, okay.
a lot in China. Actually,
Wow.
just come back for a business trip there.
Okay.
So we have a worldwide quality control team.
Yes.
And we have a team locally in the UAE. So we
Okay.
have expanded in this way. Started back then 8 years ago working with a couple of villa projects. Now we handle hundreds of villas working in projects with Imar, Majid Al Futtaim, Omniat.
Wow.
So the level of projects we do is completely different. Even if I don't want to put down the Adnocate Quarter, is still one of my favorite projects. Was the first one. It was cool. Yeah.
Look, I've looked at the portfolio and it's impressive. So I know some of the names you've rattled off there.
Yeah.
A lot of our viewers would know, and that's, highly impressive. So with the expansion, is that within the GCC you're looking to expand, and you intend to keep your headquarters Dubai-based?
Absolutely.
Which speaks to Dubai being an international hub, really. You can kind of run everything from your base here, yes?
Yeah, absolutely. Dubai is still the base, still the core, where our headquarters is going to be. The plan is a mixed plan, and we want to expand a bit into the region.
Okay.
And more internationally in cities like London, New York, where
Amazing.
the big architectural firms are and where we can meet new challenges. Let's say like this in my vision to grow and do more of challenging
never
work.
Enough.
Never enough. At the end, it's not just about money. It's about growth. It's about facing challenges and doing things that nobody maybe have done before.
Yeah. And another interesting question is, you've obviously, with some of the names like EMA, for example, you're working with locals and you're an international. How have you found the blend of you being an international entrepreneur and working with locals?
Yeah.
How's that been?
Well, I have an advantage because I deal with natural stone, and I'm from the most famous place for natural stone, which is Carrara. Okay. So this is kind of
an easy sell.
Yes. You're Italian. You are from actually Carrara, so they appreciate the fact that it's someone like me dealing with taking care of that package for them. Yeah.
Okay, so they're happy to lean on your expertise.
Yes.
Because every now and then, what we used to hear, it was a little bit difficult integrating when doing business, especially with some of the locals. That's absolutely hasn't been your experience, right?
No, not much. Have to say, still the knowledge and culture here about quality is growing.
Good.
I've seen a lot of changes happening in the last 10 years.
Yes.
Still, we're getting there, and comparing Dubai to the Middle East, definitely Dubai is the most advanced and westernized, I would say, country in terms of appreciation of quality.
Yes.
That's why our expansion has the aim to work more with international consulting firm, architectural firms.
Good.
But still we like to work in the region, and especially in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, because there is enough projects here.
Yes.
There is enough.
Look around.
You don't really. There is more than enough. So there's more than what we need. So going out and starting in a new country, basically you need to start from zero, reputation, networking, everything.
Such a good point, Vincenzo. Yeah. There's enough expansion here to keep us busy for another 2 decades, I'm sure.
Exactly.
At least. So that's a very good point. And now, another thing that I'm interested in, you've obviously had to hire freelancers or staff or have people on the ground. How's that hiring journey been in terms of growing your team? Or teams, for that matter?
It's been up and down. That's actually, have to say, one of the challenges in business is to find good people to work with. Luckily, I have an amazing team. I found good people, but to get there, we had bumps with having hired people that then suddenly they left the country without any notice and things like that. So definitely, this is the most challenging aspect of the business.
Yes, and quite an interesting journey in that, like we've mentioned several times, so many nationalities here. I guess learning how to work within those cultures and hire from such a broad spectrum of nationalities might be quite challenging, right?
You need to adapt.
Yeah.
You need to adapt.
So I guess,
absolutely.
Over the 8 years you learn how to do that, right?
Yeah, because each nationality comes with a different culture and reacts to a different style of leadership, of management. So you need to adapt the same word said to different people who not necessarily have the same result. So this is, as an entrepreneur, what we have to do.
Okay, so your journey in terms of employment has probably been upskilling a lot of the staff that you've hired or some of your team as well. But also positive to have access to so many different nationalities. I guess it gives your hiring potential quite a bit of scope, right?
In what sense?
In terms of, if you're in Italy, you're hiring probably Italians.
Of course.
If I'm South African, if I'm in South Africa, I'm hiring South Africans. Here, I mean, you could have 10 interviews a day and each one could be a different nationality.
Yes.
And I guess having access to so many different nationalities, yes, can be challenging, but also beneficial.
It's an advantage.
In some ways,
It's an advantage. It helps to bring diversity into the company. That's definitely a good point. So yeah.
Okay, so that's been something that's been challenging but positive, I guess.
It is.
Now, another thing, let's carry on this journey for a bit. I know the entrepreneurial journey didn't end with the stone business. Tell us a little bit about, I know you've got some other ventures here. Are you happy to touch on those?
Yeah, sure. Actually, my other ventures come from back when I was in Italy and was running a marketing agency.
Yes.
I had a client that then became my partner. And we created together a grooming brand.
Correct.
Barbera Italiana.
Yes, which I know well.
Yes. Yes. He was founded in 2015.
Okay.
Before me coming here, actually 2014-15.
Okay.
A few months back I came here, and from there, when I moved to US, I said, okay, why we don't bring a bit of Italian touch, Italian style to the UAE?
Yes.
And that's what I did. In parallel, I opened the first barber shop in 2016.
Okay.
Mercato Mall.
So almost in line with your stone journey. It's okay.
Yeah.
So you were taking off big bites.
Oh yeah. I didn't leave it behind. I like that fun. Yeah.
Okay.
So back in 2016, and now we are about to open our fourth shop here.
Yes.
It's going to be in Palace Creek Harbor.
Fantastic.
New area of Dubai.
Okay, I live in Creek Harbor, so I look forward to that. Yeah.
Nice.
Very good.
Nice.
Okay, so you started off what was the journey from 1 to 2 to 3?
2016, we opened in Mercato Mall.
Yes.
2018 in Dubai Marina.
Okay.
2019 in DIFC.
All the good spots.
I mean, that's actually a relevant element of the business to not take too many risks and go to the areas that are well known and you know that they can work well.
Yeah.
2023, last year, we moved the barber shop in DIFC from a venue to another one, expanding it. And this year, few days, we're going to open in Creek.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay, that's a good success story. And I'm assuming that would fall under a separate license and it's a separate activity.
Yes.
So doing two different businesses and running those simultaneously, has that been, again, easy enough to navigate here?
No, definitely not easy.
Good answer. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, to be honest, right? I mean, they are very different businesses, and they have very different challenges.
Yes.
Luckily, in this second business, I always hire managers that helped me and supported me with the technical part. I'm not
Yes.
a barber. I don't know how to cut hair. I don't know how to keep scissors. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
that's their part. But my focus has always been in marketing communication, which is the core of
People have to find you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It's very important. So yeah, very different challenges. But overall, I have to say that UAE tends to make things easy for
So
entrepreneur.
good. Yeah.
They want people to stay. They want people to grow their businesses,
Yes.
and I have to say that. Yeah,
So that's quite an interesting element. So you're essentially then, with Bob Italia, you're rolling out commercial real estate leases, I'm assuming. You're not actually owning the asset in terms of the shop, you're owning the chain itself.
Yes.
It's a conversation I had a while ago, and it's interesting that it comes up. How easy, we know enough about residential transactions that happens, and it's thousands monthly. What are those commercial lease agreements like? How is that journey? Was it easy? Was it challenging? How easy is it to find a site? Because you're in prime position. So,
Yes. No, not easy at all, especially if you are shooting for the top locations.
Yes.
Imagine my second location in the IFC. I had to wait for 2 years to get in. It was a special spot. I really wanted the location. I wanted to be there, but it's a place that it's in high demand.
Sure.
So it wasn't easy to get it.
Okay.
Others goes through relationships with main landlords like Imar, which is, I'm their client as well. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But what is important is to have a good profile,
Yes.
good company, and aim to do business well, because this is what landlords are looking for.
Amazing.
Definitely.
It's such a unique flavor, Vincenzo, in terms of your two businesses. It really is fascinating. So one of the challenges people deal with here, or at least not people in Dubai or the UAE, people looking to come in, is I don't think they have a full grasp on how far this business journey has come in terms of the jurisdiction and the friendliness of business and the ease of business. And again, just speak to, you don't believe that you could do what you do better anywhere else, right?
I don't believe, because there are not the same opportunities.
Yeah.
It's UAE is a fast-growing country.
Yes.
The amount of people that we have seen coming here, especially in the last 3-4 years,
Crazy.
is impressive,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
you can
yeah.
see from the roads.
Look
We had to
behind us.
change our lives,
Yes.
actually, adapting to the traffic, because till 2 years ago, I would say the traffic was not there.
Yes.
Now it's...
And now you have to plan your day.
You need to plan your
Yes,
day, yes.
yeah,
I just decided to move my office close to my home where I live to reduce the traveling time. But no, other countries don't offer the same possibilities that UAE offers.
Yes.
In terms of expansions, in terms of business possibilities, I would say, generally.
Okay. And then last thing I'll ask you about Barbie Taylor. So you're going into Creek shortly, which I'm very excited about. Any further expansion after that, or Creek first and then go from there?
We are working out. We're working around the business model of the company. Growing a service business is very complicated.
Yes.
So we are working out something that will work more into the products base of business, so mixing up the services and the products together, creating a format that eventually can be expanded everywhere in the world.
Okay.
So this is the plan.
Again, with the base being here, which is
amazing.
And another interesting question, you've obviously, like you said, you're hiring people to take care of the things that you don't know how to do, which is what entrepreneurs do.
Yeah.
Now that's a hiring journey. How easy is it from a logistics point of view to actually find someone, employ them, get them on a visa, and get that done? Is that process, how have you found that in terms of the hiring process?
No, It's not difficult.
Again, easy.
It's very easy. It's very easy.
Yeah.
And there are consultants that can
Yes.
support the businesses that they need
Okay.
to do employment and
Yes.
things like that. But overall, the process is quite easy. In 15 days, you can get a visa
Amazing.
for an employee. So it's very easy. Yeah.
Okay, so that hiring journey, as with the entrepreneurial journey or business setup journey, is fairly easy.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is.
That's
And
good.
fair, I would say, fair in the way it is managed between the obligation that
Yeah.
the employer and the employee have in
Yeah.
some sort of way.
And that hiring journey, is it largely done from people that are already here, or are you actually bringing employees from abroad, or is it a mixture of the two?
Mainly, I would say 90% people are already here.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that transition makes it easier
Yeah.
for them, and they are well established here in some senses.
There is some sort of risk on bringing someone from abroad,
Sure.
in the sense that they might not like the country,
Yes.
they might not like the environment, and then actually this is what happened to me when I brought someone from outside and who was an employee of StoneX. After a few months away, she took the plane and ran away.
Yeah, I
And
see.
I mean, you know,
Okay.
no notice, nothing, and this
Yes.
is what happened. So from there on, but even before, I tend to give more chances to who is already here, because I
Okay.
know they like the country, they like the place, and they just want to
Yeah.
improve themselves and get better. So yeah, definitely
Amazing.
yes.
Okay, and then once they're in the Vincenzo business family, how's the staff retention here? Do you find you retain most of your core staff? Because we hear a mixture of that in Dubai as well. So I guess you kind of, the blend we normally see is a core staff that stays with you, and
Yeah.
then a movable feast around that. Are you same for you?
I believe that there is no business without the right people.
Yeah.
So we are growing because people in the company are growing. So I see this as a chance for them, for a company, for me, for everybody. I
Yes.
say it's not me, it's us,
Yeah.
always.
Fantastic.
So the retention is quite high. People tend to stay with me
Which is
because, yeah, it's right that they get rewarded for the effort that they put,
Yes.
and the contribution that they provide to the company. Yeah.
I ask that, Vincenzo, for the reason that you're finding people in Dubai, the majority of your staff, you said 90+%, and not only are you finding them here, you then retaining them here as well. So that speaks to the UAE being a good
Yeah.
place to hire and grow a business, which is amazing. Now, we've said a lot of positive things, and that's good because I'm pro UAE, as you are. What I like to ask most of our guests is, what are the challenges you face? I mean, off the top of your head, it doesn't have to be anything too dramatic, but some of the challenges you may have faced in business setup or in hiring or whatever it may be.
Luckily, there are not many.
Good.
There are not many.
Yeah.
But the main challenges are about finding the good people.
Okay.
Finding people you can trust, finding people that you can count on, and that's the main thing. That's the main thing.
Which isn't only UAE specific. I mean, that's kind of a business
It's a
journey
global,
in itself.
it's a global thing. Yeah.
So yeah, some of those challenges that we used to have, like balancing free zone or mainland, or needing a local partner, or some difficulties in exiting a business, or access to capital, those things have become less restrictive here.
Yes.
So it's becoming a proper capitalistic, entrepreneurial based play. I mean, I even know people here, and I'm sure you do too. They don't come here as entrepreneurs, but
Yeah.
something about the spirit in Dubai, or the UAE for that matter, turns them into entrepreneurs. I think you see all these things around you, and it drives you.
Yes,
Yeah?
yes. Actually, this, I believe, is one of the few places where, when you meet people, the majority of guys you can meet have side business.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
something small.
Exactly.
You know, but everybody has the mindset that to start that small thing, and then eventually
Yes.
it becomes the main thing.
Yes,
But
yes,
this
yes.
is something you don't see back home, not in Italy. I
agree.
mean, people just stay in their job, they do one thing,
Yes.
that's it. They're not looking at other opportunities and
Such a good
expanding
point.
their ideas.
Yeah.
Here, it's happening because the rulers are very ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
We are pushed to be ambitious with ourselves, with our partners, our employees, and
Yes.
and that's what happens. And that somehow brings some of the structure of the salaries, for example, for me,
Yes.
comes from that point. I tend to reward, to put a good part of the salary as a bonus for employees that deliver. Because I know that eventually, if I don't do that, they will look elsewhere to get something extra. So why not to get it inside my company? So they get rewarded if they deliver more, if they bring clients, if they bring contracts. This is for everybody.
It's such a good point that you make in terms of incentivizing staff being a big thing here. So you tend to drive your staff through incentives. And another thing, I hadn't thought about it until you said it, but so many people that are, yes, in a job, are excited to take a chance and try their luck and have a side business, like you say, which again must speak to the entrepreneurial spirit here and the ease of doing business. So it's a very good point. Amazing point.
Absolutely.
Vincenzo, thank you for your time. It's been amazing, and I look forward to visiting you and your guys in Crete.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have to come.
Well, we'll do.
You're my guest.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.